You're listening to KINK-dj, and right in front of me, it's Michael Shuman or Mikey Shoes or Glue. I'm talking to you about this new project, and it's exciting. Mikey, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jasper.
How is it to release new music and to do it totally on your own?
It's really exciting to, do something I've been waiting for the last 3 years or so to do anything. As we all have, kind of been locked down, and I just kind of put my head down during that time and try to create something different than I'd ever done before, and create a challenge for myself.
And you could hear it now in these new tunes because it's totally different than you did before. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I was just kind of, wanting to do new music and not do the same thing over and over again, and kind of pick up a guitar and write a riff or a song in the same way. I wanted to kind of take a different apparatus and a different medium, which includes the computer, as kind of like my first go-to, to kind of create beats and start that way instead of with a guitar. So
that's more an project you do in lockdown, I guess, because you were on your own, you have a computer, and there you go.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough that I have my own studio at my house. So it was just me and my dog and my studio. And so it was kind of a blessing to be able to just focus on music and give every day to it.
Was there ever a moment in this last 3 years you thought, am I still a musician? Because there happened a lot the last few years.
Yeah, I wondered if it was the right business to be in, because, our business was the last one to kind of get back on track, and had done no touring. We canceled, Queen's touring about 3 times due to, the pandemic. So yeah, I wondered about it. I ended up like acting in this little show. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll be an actor, which I'm not really. I'm still a musician. I figured that out. I'm still a musician, yeah.
And now you do shows in a pub in London. That must be weird as well, because you and Queens toured the world, the fucking biggest venues. You did them all, and now you're back in a pub. How is to do that?
It's amazing. It's really liberating. To actually, it's more scary, and to be that close to the people in the crowd and your fans. There's no barrier, there's no separation, which I love. I love how hot and sweaty and intense it gets, being able to look 2 feet away into someone's eyes, and sing something to them. And doing this by myself, this is the first time I've been on stage by myself.
Wow.
And so that's kind of daunting. And so the first show I did, I never get nervous, I gotta say, and I was nervous that day. So, but it feels great, man. It feels really good.
After you did a lot. How many shows did you do in your life? A lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know how many shows you played in your life?
There's no way. I've been playing shows in clubs and whatever since I was 11 years old. So I have no idea. Countless. Too many.
And now you do these shows in London. I saw you on stage with Kane this week.
Yeah. Miles is one of my best friends. We've known each other for about 15 years. And I have a song that he sang on. And all these songs that the people here at the venue, they'd never heard before, except for maybe Cold Sweat and My Demons, because they're out. So that's really interesting to get this reaction from people that have never heard this music before. It's almost like walking into like a random venue and seeing an artist for the first time. So Miles, was lucky enough that he was in town, and he came up and sang this song. And it was really fun to have him up there, and I'm sure we'll do it a lot more.
How was it to work with all these artists? Because Sarah of Pentagram is on the newest song, Kane is on a song. Is it you just going through your telephone list and think, he or her needs to be on my record?
Somewhat. I think it's more curated, and I really think about the track itself and what it needs, and whose voice would suit this. So Sarah, I met a couple years ago, and we've always been talking about doing something. And she actually sang on 2 tracks. There's one that's not out yet, and it's really amazing to work with someone that has an incredible voice, like much better than mine, and much better than most people I've ever worked with. To watch somebody with that range and precision is really amazing, and she crushed it. Yeah, she did a wonderful job.
I saw some footage of that gigs you did in London, but now you're going on tour with Blood Red Shoes as well. You're coming to the Netherlands again.
That's right, baby. Yeah, I'm so excited. You know, yeah, I was fortunate enough. I've met them years back, and I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. How do I play? How do I get on tours? And so I reached out to them, and they were so welcoming and fortunate that they just were like, "You want to come on this European tour?" And that was kind of it. So it's a month away, and I can't wait to get back to Europe and the Netherlands and play these gigs, one in Utrecht and one in Amsterdam. It's going to be great.
I think it's a long time since you played Utrecht.
I think so. I think maybe the last time was with Queens at Tivoli.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in whatever room we were in. I think it's been that long. I don't even know. Yeah.
It's so good to see you again, because I saw you in Brighton 2019 at the Great Escape with the Mini Mansions. I fucking love that album. And now you're doing totally your own stuff. Especially this interview, I arranged it with you. There is no manager, there's no stuff. It must be a relief to do this.
Yeah, you know,
or is it hard?
I'm a bit of a control freak, I'll say that. So on one hand, it's really nice to be able to, you know, deliberate with myself and do all the things myself and make sure they're all being done the way I'd like, you know. But it's really hard right now. It's hard starting with a brand new project. It's hard being a brand new musician. I mean, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and so without a manager, without a label, it's really tough. It's really tough. And I was sitting around with this music, and I just thought, I just need to go play. And so I booked this residency, and I was like, I don't care what happens. I don't care if there's 2 people there or it's packed. I just need to go play. And that's the only way that you can really, you know, get people to hear your music and get things going. So I think this has been the best decision I made to do this residency, because people are starting to hear about the music and hear about the shows, and more people are coming out. So hopefully I'll have some more help in the future. But right now it's just all me talking.
But how does it work with UK and US radio? Because I loved this song, I play it on the radio. Does it work the same in the US and the UK?
It doesn't, and I was shocked to see that you played it, and I was so grateful that you played it, because I've gotten no love. And you really, it's not payola, but you do have to hire people to put the songs in front of these radio stations for them to even hear it, to be able to make a choice if they want to play your song. So the fact that you found it and played it, I mean, I'm really, really grateful. And this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's just like the first thing that might lead to more plays, to more people listening, and to more people playing it on other stations too.
I can't wait to see you in the end of July in the Netherlands again. You're going to do Amsterdam, Utrecht. Last question I'm going to ask. How good are you with the boys of Queens? Are you good together? Because do you miss them? You are in London now.
Yeah, I miss them a lot. We've been together, and we text all the time, and we're always in contact. So although we might be in different cities and countries, we're very close in communication. I just saw Dean actually in London, and that was great. And I just got
he's touring with Beck actually, right?
Touring with Beck. See, like we just sometimes got to go out there and play, and that's what we all kind of decided to do. John's playing with Bright Eyes. Troy's playing with The Damned, which is amazing. And so we all just were like, let's go play. But we've been doing stuff, and there will be stuff to come.
That's good. I just mentioned Beck. Dean is playing with Beck at this point. Beck and Glue, it will work perfectly, I guess. A song of Beck on your project.
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about that, and we have mutual friends, and I know Beck, and I've done some things with him over the years. But I would love to get him involved. I think, you know, he's actually been an inspiration over the years, and I think he'd be great. You know what? If you want to tell him and you let him know, maybe it'll help.
I'll go for that. Michael, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to play both the tunes that are out now on the radio. And let's meet again in July in this little basement studio in the Netherlands.
Thanks, Jasper. I can't wait. Thanks so much for having me.